Right, what we're going to be looking at here is how to draw the solid geometry. First things first, make sure that you get the views drawn accurately across in the page. Make sure that you leave enough space for where the different views need to come in. You get that off this question over here. It tells you that you need a sectional left view, a true shape of cutting plane, and you need a top view as well. Okay, I need the space for the left view on the right hand side because it's a first angle orthographic, the top view below, and my auxiliary view off to the side showing those cutting planes. Right, step number one, numbering it. I've just numbered it, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can see those numbers planted down at the bottom over here. I've also labeled this cutting plane over here, number A, B, C, D, E. You can see that I've drawn a line going between C and D over there. That would actually be a hidden detail line because I'd actually be looking up from the bottom. But I just want to show you this idea that there is definitely a line going between C and D when you've got a cutting plane cutting between those 2 points. Right, I need to transfer all of these points down onto this view, all the points across onto that view, and I need to transfer just the points coming off here onto that view over there. Right, to do that, well, for most of the time, I like to say always use the views that have been most accurately drawn in order to transfer those points. So I'm just going to start with point number 1 over here. There's point number 1. I'm going to find point number 1. I'm going to transfer it onto this view over here. I can then take it across to this view over here. And if it was on this view over here, I would then take it up there as well. The secret here is that distance is going to be equal to that distance is going to be equal to that distance, always coming from the xy axis to the point, from the xy axis to the point, from the xy axis to the point, or from the xy axis to the point over there. Right. Okay, you can see that I've transferred all of these points down, and I end up with my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, those points, I must be very careful about drawing it in straight away because that I'm not going to be able to see. What I do need to be able to see in this view and that view is this cutting plane. So I always like to say start by drawing your cutting plane and then move on to drawing the rest of the pyramid part. Right, here we go. I'm going to draw by using my little finger over here. I've got a little face on my finger, you can see it. If my face can touch the points, then I can see them over here. So can I see number 7? Yes, definitely. I will be able to see number 7. Will I be able to see C and D? Definitely. My finger is touching them. So there's C and D. I can definitely see those points. So let me start by drawing lines going between 7 and D and 7 and C. If you look at it, there's 7 and C, 7 and D. There's definitely a line there. There's 7 and C and 7 and D. There's definitely a line there. And I can do 7 and C and 7 and D because there's definitely a line there as well. Right, okay. I told you about that line that goes between those points. Please put that in. Don't forget to put in that line because it is very definitely there. Right, once I've got that in place, well, let's have a look. Do I have a line going between C and B? Yes, I do. There's C, there's B, there's definitely a line there, so I must have that on over here. C and B. Let's find C and B over here. There's C and B over here. And if I come up over here to do C and B, I will be able to draw that in as well. I can also draw in that line going between C and D. You'll note that I don't have point 7 over here. Why? Because it's not part of the cutting plane, which is all that they've asked for in this question. Right, E and D, I can definitely see a line there. So E and D over here, and E and D over here as well. Right, once I've got that, there's A and E. I can draw a line over there. A and B, I can draw a line over there. And let's just do A and B over here, and A and E over there. Right, once you've got that, go across here, and put in A and E and A and B. Right, there's the cutting plane done on the prism. I now need to find the cutting plane on this triangular part. Now, to get that, I need, first of all, to find the points. You'll see over here, I've got two lines down at the base. I've got PR and I've got PQ that cutting plane cuts through. Therefore, I need to have 2 points over there. I've called it W and Z. There it is, taking a line down. There's W between P and Q, and there's Z between P and R. I also have a cutting point over here from S. I take that down, and I can find that point on 0Q over there. I also have a point over here, which I've got it on this drawing, but you'd need to find that on your drawing. How do you do that? Well, first of all, you need to be able to find that triangular shape over on this side. How do I do that? Well, same story. I'm going to take the distances from this view over here to P. I take it across to the new XY axis, plant that down. You'll see that P and Q, they are in line with that XY axis, so they have the same distance from the XY axis, and guess what? They've still got the same distance over here, except it's now a point view of P and Q on that point. R, that's easy enough. Take it across to new XY axis, plant it down. Right. I need to take point 0. There's point 0 from the XY axis. Take it up to point 0 over there. Take it across to there and place down point 0 on that line coming out from point 0. Right. Once I've got that, I can draw two construction lines over there and over there. And I can then say, well, I can see the cutting plane cutting through point T, take that across and find point T over there. I can now go to my XY axis from this view, take that distance from point T, go across to point T over there, go down to the XY axis and plant point T on this view over here. Once I've got that in place, I can then draw in my cutting planes nice and easily. There it is. From Z to T, from T to S over there, from S to W, and from W to Z. Those same distances that I found over here, in order to find that, I can also take them up over here. So there's W over there, take it up over here, there's W on that drawing, Z, there's Z, take it up over there, T, that's that distance over there, take it up over there, S, that's that distance over there, take it up over there, plant those points down, and we can draw in our true shape of the cutting plane over there. I'll talk to you about the true shape of the cutting plane and how to draw the lines easily in a moment. Right. Okay, I'm just going to draw in that cutting plane on here. Here we go. T to S. S to W. It's going straight down there. And a line going between W and Z over there. Right, okay, once I've got that, I obviously need to hatch those surfaces. I'm not going to do that just so that I don't waste time on the video. I can see over here, P has been cut away. That whole part has been cut away, but this part over here needs to be drawn in. This part over here, between T and R, I can definitely see a line there. I'm going to have a line on the base traveling all the way across to Q over there, but I need to put hidden detail over here. Why? Because my prism is covering over it. Same story over here, W to there, and then hidden detail going across to Q over there. I also have a small little section of line over there, and then hidden detail going across to Q over there. Right, once that's in place, I need to then draw in the base of the prism. Now, what tends to make people lose marks on this is that they don't see what it is that they need to draw in hidden detail, what it is that they need to draw as dark. Alright, I'm just going to draw in construction lines very quickly, what's left of this thing. There we go. There are the lines going onto this thing over here as construction lines. Do I have a line going between 7 and 4? Yes, definitely there is a line. My little face again, looking down, can I touch that line? If I'm looking down from here, definitely I can touch that line. Therefore, I must draw in that line as dark. Over here, I can definitely see that this is an edge, so that needs to be dark over there. That needs to be dark over there. That is an edge over there sticking out. I need to darken that in. There's no way it can be hidden detail. That over there needs to be darkened in. That needs to be dark. This over here, though, that needs to be done as hidden detail. Because if you look at it, my finger is unable to touch the lines going between 6 and 1. Why? Because it's down underneath the rest of this prism. So that line going from 1 to 6 and 1 to 2, those I cannot touch with my finger. There's something in the way. Therefore, I cannot see it. Therefore, it is in hidden detail. Right, same story over here. Draw in the lines going down there. I've got a line that's going to go between 6 and 1. There it is. I've got a line going between 2 and 1. I've got a line going between there and there. There's definitely an edge over there. Right, what am I going to be able to see over here? Well, I'm facing this thing. I'm going to have a small little piece of line that I'll be able to see just in over there. If this triangular part has been taken away, my finger will touch a small piece of line going between A and 1 over there. Okay, so let's just have a look. There is 1 going up to where point A is. There is that small piece of line just in there. The rest is done as hidden detail because it's behind the thing. Right, these lines over here, I can definitely draw that in as dark. That I can draw in as dark. That I'll be able to draw in as dark, except for this little piece down here. Then that would be dark over there. This piece over here, draw that in as dark, and a hidden detail going to that point over there. I have a line going between 5 and 4. Let's have a look. There's that line going between 5 and 4 and 4 and 3. Right, take my finger. Is there something in front of that line going between 5 and 4 and 4 and 3? Very definitely. There's all of this stuff happening. There's no way that my finger can pass through that, and therefore that part needs to be done as hidden detail. There it is, hidden detail going there, hidden detail going there. And also my finger needs to pass through a lot before it gets to this 7-4 line. Therefore, I cannot draw that line on this view as a solid line. That would also need to be done as hidden detail, coming down from 7 all the way down to 4 over there. Right, there's the hidden detail done. I now would need to do the hatching on here. I'm just going to very quickly freehand the hatching part. You would obviously need to do that with a set square. I'm going to show you very quickly how to do it with a set square. If you haven't been taught this, you take your set square, the 45-degree set square always. You've got scratch marks on your set square, I hope, or some form of measuring thing, and you can take that across and get that spacing absolutely correct. You'll see that I push my pencil rather than pulling it. I find it much quicker to do it like that. It just helps me to slow down and stop before I go over the edge of the line, and that goes a whole lot faster. Right, there we go. That is basically the drawing done over here. Almost finished, almost finished, almost finished. Let's get that done. There we go. There's nice hatching done on there, and that's what that view should look like. There's a bit of hatching that needs to happen on that part as well. A bit of hatching that needs to happen on that part as well. Right, there we go.